Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are back in Wild Summer for the next part of our color palette challenge. And as a reminder, we are using color palette number 12. And I have my study sheets here right next to me. And today we are going to work on the next part of the sun. And for this one, I'm mixing yellows and reds for the outside of the sun. So I would like to pick a like some golden yellow colors, and so it's gonna be kind of transitioning from this to this. So it's gonna have some yellows, some oranges, kind of like right here in between this area is the color I'm going for. So I'm using my Pablos, and I am going to do these smaller pieces on the outer side of the sun with you guys, because I think if I do the bigger pieces it might take too long. So we're just going to do the outer pieces, and then your homework will be to do the inside if you're following along. So I'm just going to put a base down, and I just picked a nice golden yellow color. And I'm just going to put a base down over all, just a light base. Don't go too dark yet. Um, I feel a little bit better today. I don't feel so nasally, and I don't want to speak too soon. Now it's just this annoying cough that I would like to get rid of, but I think it's kind of winding down a little bit. Next, I'm going to pick kind of like an orangish color. It's a little bit darker than the yellow. And for these, I'm just going to kind of have the darker color, so it's going to be going from dark to light. I'm not going to do anything too complicated for the purpose of the video, so it's just going to be a regular gradient. It's not going to be too fancy on this part. And I'm just going to layer it. I'm going up about halfway, like I normally do. I normally go up about halfway on anything I'm trying to shade, and I'll leave the other half as the base color. That way, if I need to go up a bit more, I have room to, but just halfway is good enough. And then from there, I have kind of like a vermilion kind of color, or a reddish orange, and that half piece that I just went up, I'm gonna go up another half, and you can start to see the gradient. Well, you guys can't see anything because I'm so zoomed far away. You can start to see the gradient a little bit now, because now we've come in with a bit of a darker color, and you can kind of see it taking form. And I'm still only going light. I haven't gone in too dark. I'm just, when you go in light, you're able to kind of manipulate and map out where you want your colors to go. And if you mess up, it's easier to erase if you haven't gone in too dark. I always tell people to practice coloring light. I know we have some people who color really heavy-handed, but practice coloring light because it will help you in the long run. Now I'm coming in with like just a regular red or like a vermilion or something, and this is going to be your darkest color. Now, if you want to go darker than this, you can. You can bring in something like a scarlet. I'm not going to go that dark for this part. And now you can start to put a little bit more pressure, because now you know where you want your colors to go. So you can put in a bit more pressure. So I hope everyone's doing good. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm thinking of adding an extra one for my Ko-fi members every month. Now I might miss this month because this month is almost over. So I'm doing this one for everyone. And then going forward, I want to try, I might or might not, but I want to try to add an extra one for anyone who's a member of my Ko-fi. Just to show my appreciation for supporting me. That's all. So I'll do one for YouTube and then an extra one for Ko-fi if I have the time. As I like to keep reminding everyone, I do work, so sometimes I don't have the time. I just have time to come home and sleep and then back to work. But one day I'll be able to sit and color with you guys all day. But that day is not here yet, so I'm a working girl until then. And just going in reverse with the colors here. I also hope that this helps. I want to do a video just like I did for Kirby on how I tackle my mythographic pages. Jeez. That's another thing. My voice still kind of goes in and out, so excuse me if I sound a little weird still. It's because I sound a little weird still. um, and then I'm coming in with our golden yellow, or any kind of golden yellow you have. And I'm not giving really exact colors because some people choose different colors for their color catalog. So, or some people follow what Sarah has. And so I don't give exact colors. I just kind of explain which colors I'm using. So we have those for that side. So let's move on to this side. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to base them all with our lightest color. And for those of you that's going dark to light, because I know there are some out there, just be mindful of how far up you're going with your dark color. I would say do just a little bit because you can always add more on top later. Do just a tiny bit of your darkest color because you don't want it to end up being too dark. So these are all part of, so I'm just going to do this because these are part of the main one. So I'm just doing the ones that are spreading out here. And then I'm coming in with my second color, and this is a 4 color combo. I know the previous one we did 2 or 3. This one is 4. My combos are anywhere between 2 and 6. I don't think I have had anything more than 6 before. 6 is it's a lot already. So I usually don't go any higher than 6. So you're going to be seeing a lot of mythographic on my channel. Just a heads up, you're going to be seeing mythographic and Kirby quite a bit over here for a while. I need to get kicking, get the gears going in those books because those are my 2 biggest collections. and I feel like I need to color more in them. So I put my other books away. The only non-Kirby and mythographic books that I kept out are my Mouse Guard book and Serene by Nick Filbert. Believe it or not, I actually put Wildergorn away. I think when I color in that book, I want it to be the only book I'm coloring in for a while. And every time I start a page in there, I end up going off and doing something else. So I said, okay, I'm going to put it away for a bit. And that way, when I'm ready to work on it, I'm really ready to work on it. And that's all I can, focus on. So, coming in with the last color here. And this is where you can start to build up your pressure a little bit. You can see I'm further down on the pencil. And you can map where you want this color, how far up you want it to go. I'm trying to keep these videos kind of short. I know before my color along videos were like an hour long. So I want to see if I can keep these under an hour and just break it up into parts without putting you guys to sleep for an hour. Because that's typically what happens. I end up sitting here for over an hour and talking and getting it done, and which is nice. But some people don't like the really long videos, and some people do. So I'm trying to find somewhere in the middle. Me, I could go for either or, but I know typically if the video is too long, people will click off and not watch the whole thing. So trying to find a happy medium here, and I feel like showing you bits and then having you go off and do the rest on your own seems to have worked on I've done a couple of color alongs like that, and it worked really nicely that way. So I think I'm kind of going to do that for the color palette challenges also. All right, coming in with the last color here. And again, I'm using the Pablos. And you can use whatever pencils you feel like works best for you in these books. Most of the pencils work fine in the mythographic books. You don't have to worry about too much. So that's the outer border, and the inner border is going to be the same. So this video so far is only 13 minutes. So I'm going to show you one of them, a couple. I'm just going to base it just like I did the little ones. And now these have a lot of like shadows and stuff where he's shaded on the inside. I'm not going to follow that. I'm just going to go from darkest to lightest from bottom to top. I'm not following his shadows today. Sometimes I'll follow, but sometimes I won't. It all depends on the look that I'm going for. So if it doesn't fit the look, then chances are that it won't be followed. Now for this one, because I want the reddish part to be closest, you don't see that because it's hiding behind the bird. So you're really not going to see that fourth color on these. You'll only see a tad bit of the third color. So keep that in mind. So you won't see me pull out the fourth. For this one, since it's like near the bottom, you'll see a little bit. But for these two, you won't see it. And I'm going to pull out just a little because you're only going to see a little. Just down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go in reverse. So we have this one, and then I'm just going to put it here also because you're going to see a little bit of this. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Easter is tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good Easter. I might well, I'm not stream, but I'll probably spend some time recording some videos tomorrow. Won't be doing much. Just gonna put a little bit more here. I feel like this one could use a little bit more of the orange. Just bring it up a little bit, okay. And then I'm gonna come in with this one. This one's a little bit longer. So you guys know you have homework. You will be doing the rest of the sun. And oh, that's the brighter color. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can fix it. Oh, we can. It's gonna go right over. Perfect. I thought it looked strange. I was using the wrong color. Okay. I'm like, it doesn't look orange. Something's off. Something's off because I was using the wrong color. Okay. That's okay. It went right over it perfectly. So you're gonna finish it, and then when we come back for the next part, the sun should be complete. Now I am going to leave this ring here in the center. I'm leaving that. I'm gonna add some metallic or some glitter or something. So if you want to follow, do not color that part. Okay, so that's what we've got. I'm gonna bring it up so you guys can see. So just different bits. So you know, just kind of go through, and I see some yellow pieces that I missed. Just kind of go through and be mindful because there are pieces of the sun hiding behind this bird here. So we'll have to go through and kind of figure out where the flames are behind the bird. So just be mindful of it. He's got a whole thing behind him, so I think, yeah, this is actually part of the flame. He's got a lot of empty spaces back here, so make sure you get those. They're not too hard to pick out, actually. So you can just go and go base over the whole thing. I wanted to do that part with you guys because it's you gotta kind of pay attention because there is some flame behind the bird, and just base the whole thing. You can do flame by flame, or you can do you can do the whole thing at one time since it's kind of connected. It's up to you. I'm just gonna base the whole thing first so I know where the flames are. Which once you clear the bird, the rest of it's pretty open and easy. Can't miss them. So I'm just putting a base down over the whole thing with the lightest color. And then we'll be moving on to the next part in the next video. Once I get my sun complete, I'll have the next part up for you guys. So just base the whole thing very lightly, just enough to where you can see the color change from the white of the background to a very pale yellow. Just and this part doesn't have to be perfect either because we're just gonna go over it anyway, so it's okay if you miss some spaces or if you don't have the whole thing based or it looks sketchy or scratchy. It's fine. It's supposed to. It's just the base. There's some fire behind this feather, so be mindful. This is a big feather, so you don't have to worry too much. Just make sure you get it all. Nothing worse than having to come back and try to figure out what you missed. Okay, and there's a little bit here. So we got everything. Everything's based. So yeah, on your own from the rest, guys. I'll see you next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Bye.